Hey tribe, in today's episode, we're continuing to talk about pee in the dating pool. Of course, we got into some topics about online dating. How many sites have you been on? But we also discussed the 5 do's and don'ts of online dating. We got into a new segment in the show called Toxic Tales from the Net. This is where somebody gives us a story and we break it down. And we're going to be real when we're giving our feedback. So don't be offended, y'all. So, of course, I want you to stay tuned for another episode of Sophisticatedly Ratchet. Okay.
Peace.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to another episode of Sophisticatedly Ratchet. Of course, I'm here with my team. Hey, guys. TJ, Flash, Mash, and Shake. What's good, team?
Yeah. What's good, everybody?
And of course, I'm going to introduce none other than myself, of course. It's your girl, Mo. Of course, you all know I hail from. Hey, I had to take a pause.
So tell me where you from.
Uptown, baby. Uptown, baby.
We get down, baby. Up for the crown, baby. Now, if it wasn't for the Bronx, this rap.
Talk your shit.
Yes, let me talk my shit. Even my shirt kind of got an X. You see that? The X.
Facts.
I see you. All over me. You know what I mean?
It is rapping.
So, of course, you know it's your girl, Little Mo. I hail from Co-op City, Section 5. Don't ever zone my shit. And I represent everything Bronx, okay? Uptown.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
All right. So next, we're going to jump right in. We're going to jump into our word of the week. Word of the week.
What?
Word, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What it do? Once again, it's your boy Shake. That's right, Mr. HSD, to bring you this week's word of the week. So this week's word of the week is ruminative. Okay, it's an adjective and it means expressing or involving deep thought. You can use it in a few different ways. Okay, you can say I'm ruminating. You could say, my friend ruminates. You know what I mean? Or you could say I'm a very ruminative person. All right, so you can use it a few different ways. So everything today will count as a point if you use it either one of those ways. So I'm gonna use it in a sentence. All right. Back when I was a fuckboy, right? I didn't take the time to ruminate about how my actions affected others. But now I do because I'm a superior man. Ding me.
Did you have to add that last piece?
For that.
Okay.
You could have been at the period. Okay. I got one. You ever had sex so good that sometimes you can't help but just ruminate about it?
Gang.
Thank you. Yeah. So
it's our word of the week.
I appreciate
All
you.
right. Go ahead, Shake. That was good. Okay, y'all. So let's hop into our episode for today. Today we're talking about dating apps. You know what I mean? We're gonna open up with some stuff. So some of the most popular dating apps worldwide include Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, OkCupid, Match.com, Plenty of Fish, Grindr. That's for our LGBTQ community and many more. As of 2020, there are over 8,000 online dating services worldwide. The dating app global market made for over 5.3 billion in revenue in 2022. And also, I wanted to say that individuals between the ages of 43 and 58 found the most success with online dating, with 72% stating that meeting on a dating app led to a romantic relationship.
As it should.
So it seems like, this dating app thing seems to be working out.
Okay.
So I did want to jump over to our boy Flash, because I know that Flash mentioned that it's several dating apps that he kind of wanted to talk about. So I want to hear about these dating apps that you're referring to, Flash. Well, dating apps.
Okay. So I guess I got mad dating apps, right? And there's a lot of fucking dating apps. And I did a bit of research. Shake said I probably couldn't get through this in 2 minutes. I think I can get through this in a minute and 30 seconds. If
Perfect.
I Probably even less than
Mhm.
that. But I want to give people
Okay.
just kind of a rundown of a bunch of other different apps, even if you're not aware of them. Mo just said a few,
Hmm.
but then there's a bunch, and they all have their different focus on why the app even exists. So
You mentioned the cuddle
for
one
the
last
tribe,
week, right?
you said which one?
I said you mentioned this cuddle one last week, something like that.
Yeah. I mentioned Cuddler last week.
Mm.
That was a new app. Well, it's not new, but it's been around. It's called Spooner now, and that's for people who want to cuddle. All right.
Right.
They also have J Date. All right. That's if you're dating while being Jewish. Of course, there's Plenty of Fish,
What?
which people know. Christian Mingles for all the people who are faith based. There's Elite Singles. It focuses on educated professionals. They got
Mm,
Silver Singles for those of you who are dating over 50. And if you're also over 50, check
Oh,
out
like
check
that.
out Our Time. Yes, yes, TJ. People over 50 need love.
Of
All right.
course.
Of course, we got Shake's favorite one on here, Grinder. There's also Her as well. That's also for LGBTQ as
okay.
well.
Mm.
There's something called Feel. Shit, was it? Is it Feel D? Okay, and this is for like people who want to explore poly relationships.
Mm.
Or they want to
There,
feel D.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it is.
Yep.
Yo, they got one called The League and also Rava. Those are more exclusive dating apps for high profile or high achieving social circles. If you're into that stuff, so maybe you're like a writer, a football player. That's actually that one. Rava, I believe, was the app that
Simone
what's homegirl
Biles.
name?
Simone
Yes,
Biles. Oh
that's
yeah.
the one she used. Also, there's BLK for the black singles. All right, there's Coffee Meets Bagel. I'm not even sure why they call it that.
Wow.
There's Happen.
Hold on, wait.
HAPPN.
Hold on.
Uh,
Coffee meets
We'll
bagel.
dissect that in
Tell me
dissect
more
that in
about
a
that one.
second.
What's that about?
Nah, so
What's it about?
coffee meets bagel is more for like platonic connections and friendships. All
Oh,
right,
okay.
so that's you probably just going out and really having coffees and bagels. Yeah, real
Okay.
shit.
Okay.
All
Coffee
right,
meets
so you
bagel.
could date without fucking apparently. All right,
Mm.
cool. They got
My mind
the
went somewhere completely different.
they got the boudoir. That's if you like your women curvy,
Ooh,
or
okay.
if you like them plus size singles, fellas. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right, your mash. They got one called Farmers Only. If you was ever in the market,
Mm,
just know that they got
Farmers.
something for people who want to connect around shit in the country
mm.
or farming. There's Fitify for all you people who just man, you got to pump weights or whatnot. You can find it. For people, where people like TJ, they got Vegly. For vegetarians and vegans,
Really?
all
I'm
you
gonna look that
diet
up right
restricted
now.
people. All right, there's one called Gluten.
Mm.
In case you got gluten sensitivity.
Facts. I would
Um,
want to be with someone that has that too. So if you cook together, we
Nice.
not cooking with gluten. That's smart.
Facts.
Vegly
Look,
and gluten.
Wow.
Actually.
look, hold on, a few more. 3Fun, polyamorous shit. Maybe you need a third for the night. Yeah, get it. Check it
Nice.
out. Cougar Life,
Nice.
of course. I've been there, done that. Of course, they have a sugar daddy dating websites as well. They got Millionaire Match. TJ, you always want a fucking millionaire.
Ooh.
So hey, there's an app for that. The Inner Circle, that's for young professionals. They got Down for people who are looking for casual encounters. That's the one for fucking. There's no other
Wow.
whatever premise. I'm just be honest.
You down on that?
Let me see if there's any other cool ones that I saw. Date My Age. You can find something for your age. And also there was another cool one called Auntie. And this is more like a arranged marriage type of shit. So your family can find somebody for you to date.
What?
All right. And that is a list of a bunch of dating apps
Wow.
for all you who are looking for something.
That was
Gang,
very
gang.
educational.
That was, and just very interesting. A lot of these I haven't heard of. So
Yeah, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's also one called SLS for swinger lifestyle. Okay, just in case you want to be in a swinger couple. Okay, that's available as well.
Wow.
Dating Flash.
I think
Okay,
it's
I like
think it's
that.
for everybody's appetite. Whatever your appetite is, it seems like they have a dating app for that. Basically, that's what I'm getting to
Fact.
understand. Wow, thank you for that, Flash. Wow, I
I
enjoyed
like
that.
it. I like it.
All right, so I wanted to
Uh-huh.
ask, like, why do you think there's such a high success rate for online dating, guys?
you actually said that the success rate is really high
Yeah.
amongst
But
people from
from 43
43
to
to
58.
50.
Yeah, 43 to 58.
58. Okay,
Mhm.
because I'm just gonna say people at that age, usually, and it's not all the time,
Mhm.
usually at that age they know what they want,
And they're
and
ready for it.
they're
Mhm.
ready for it. Yeah, and
Mhm.
they're like, you know what, they've been around the block a few times, they've dated this one, that one, and now I just want to find somebody that fits me or fits this
I
criteria.
agree.
Mhm.
So once they find that person, I feel like once they start dating, they actually become a match because they know what they're looking for at that age. So I feel like that's why there's a lot more success in that age range. I still think the 20s is still a wild. It's still wild. You know what I mean? People are still trying to do what is it called? When you just date just to smash. What are those called?
Smash and pass.
Uh,
What,
Casual
man?
encounters.
no, 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 not just casual
One
dates
night
on the
stand. One night
dating pool.
stands, nigga.
It's called one night stand. Okay, so
Like I mean,
some
that's
people
what
are
I
not
think.
You
not
I
that
would
that.
far
just say
removed,
So
you don't
they're
casual
still down
understand
for
what
that.
casual
lane is.
dating, casual dating.
It's called fucking, Shake. It's called fucking. Okay, they fucking out here still. Okay.
They're still down for that. But in the 40s, 50s, they're looking for something. They're usually, that's not all of them, usually looking for something a little bit more stable,
Yeah.
right?
I
Yeah.
agree with
Yeah.
Shake. That would be my answer too. I think at that age you're mature, you know exactly what you want, you know exactly um the games that a lot of the younger people play, you're not playing that. You ain't playing no games. You're actually looking for an actual partner, and so it's serious. So I could see that's why there's success.
Yeah, I also agree with that. I think at that age between 43 and 58, you kind of settle down. You may be well into your career or may have children at that point, and you just want to find someone who wants what you want and wants to be settled down as well. So at that point, you've done dating at that point, or you've been married and maybe have been divorced at that point, and now it's like, okay, now I know what I want, now I know what I don't want, and so
Hmm.
you're ready to dive in at that point. That's kind of how I feel. So I kind of agree.
Yeah. Yeah, I like I would just be like, yo, mortality. Motherfuckers be reaching midlife crises and shit, and you know, we realize like we need to probably be more intentful on shit that we want. So yeah, niggas just ain't standing for no bullshit. Like the older you get, you
Hmm.
kind of get to pick your moments where it's like, yo, I get to be selfish. Like fuck that. This is what I want. You know what I'm saying? And especially with dating, yeah, find what the fuck you want because when at least when I navigated that shit so young, you don't know what the fuck you want. You just dating because pussy just available. But now you get to look at the nuances of the person and figure out, nah, this is what I want. And if you don't match this, it's easier for me to kind of weasel you out. So
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's
Exactly.
like who wants to be 70 and alone? Like nobody wants to live that life.
mm,
That shit sounds like kind of bleak to me, you know. So I could see why
Mhm.
that would incentivize people to want to be together. Another thing was what came to mind for me was the difference in gender, because women have like a biological clock on their end, for the things that they want or that they prioritize, if it may be children or families, they have a sense of urgency that men typically don't. So I was just curious
Correct.
if the statistic had a difference in the gender. And I'm gonna go back and look into it and see if there's a difference. But I wonder if that plays a part in it too.
mm,
I agree with Mash too, because I think I've been meeting a lot of men that are maybe in their 40s and they are ready.
mm,
Like they're saying intentional
Mm,
dating on their app, on the profile of the app, and they are looking for a wife. Actually,
mm,
I
yeah.
was watching this the other day on Instagram. A girl had posted and she said, "My brother has been dating."
Mhm.
Uh, he dated his ex for like 14, 15 years,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they never got married, and he's now in this new relationship with this woman for 7 months, and they're already engaged. So
Right.
I
okay.
feel like,
Nigga, too.
personally, I feel like the men know when they are
Hmm.
ready. It doesn't even
Exactly.
I
matter
agree.
about the woman. I feel like if it's up
Mm.
to them and when they're ready to make that type of commitment, you know what I'm saying? So um gender gender has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, TJ, you actually had said something along the lines of that women in their 20s, maybe late 20s, should be thinking about more about dating guys in their 40s because
Uh-huh.
if you're looking for a serious relationship, guys even in their 30s still not mature enough, right? They're not at that point where they want to be in relationships. Like they're still in the in the casual relationship portion of their life.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't saying all of them, but a lot of them are in that phase. So,
Correct.
I understand when you say, they should be looking for guys in their 40s who are already established and who are actually looking for these relationships. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I get that.
I've always said that. And remember when Kevin Samuels was really big? He always would say, like, oh, as you get older as a woman, when you're 30 and you're 40, he's already like saying you're used goods. Like you're like,
That's what he
yeah,
called
he's
it. You in the
asking you to
danger
rate
zone.
yourself, and then he'll just literally say that, you're like D grade. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You're not an A grade, or what I
Well,
forgot what he actually used.
so hold on, wait. So you're not gonna misquote the Godfather. He said, you lose your market value goes down the older you
Yeah.
get because you don't retain the same value.
Hmm.
As you get older, you get
Oh
more
yes, he
used.
says Clarence. That's what he
Uh,
says. He's like Clarence rack. He's
Yeah, you on sale. You got to be on sale. You
Yeah,
can't be
that's
claiming the
exactly.
same
Yeah.
price because you don't
Mhm.
have the same market value. You know what I mean? That's
Mhm.
like having a 92 or a 92 Hyundai. You know what I mean? A 92 Hyundai, and you out here on the street with these Ferraris.
Mm.
You can't sell us for that. You can't sell us for that because you can't
Mhm.
compete the same way. You know?
Yeah. And I will always say I never really did I wasn't a huge fan of Kevin Samuels, but I didn't hate him either. I really did feel like he was trying to share a message that I want our younger generation to know. Like, if I meet a girl that's in her 20s, that Kevin Samuels show was for you. It wasn't for me. It was, I'm already outdated that. You know what I mean? But our young women need to know if you're looking for someone serious and you're ready to commit, because I think we were already at 20 something as a female. A lot of the guys that I know weren't. No, as a female, we were ready, but a lot of the guys were not. They were like, oh no, I want to wait till my career is right. And, maybe they were still living with their parents. They didn't have a good living situation. So usually I felt like it was kind of like if I'm dating my age, even though that's what I'm attracted to, they weren't on my level, like I had to date someone that was, in their 40s, and I didn't know that. So now I want to tell that to our younger women. Like, if you're ready to settle down, don't mess with men your age. Mess with men that are ready to settle down. And unfortunately, honey, they're going to be in their late 30s, 40s.
As a man, what I would say is date with intention, with these people that you plan
Mhm.
on being with, right? Because nobody wants nobody with a lot of mileage on it. You know what I mean? So I think that that's important to take in mind as well.
It definitely depends on where you at. I ain't gonna hold you. I had a flashback of realizing when you said that, TJ, that and I'm an '80s baby, but even when I was in high school, I remember like just certain women being picked up by older men in terms of like that's they man, but nobody is. If you know, you know, you know what I'm saying. And some of these dudes are probably sometimes in they, I hate to say it, like probably like 30s. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it was at that time. And I mean, it
That's
was
kind of
weird.
rape. That's kind of rape, though. Yeah, you talking about R. Kelly. I'm not talking about R. Kelly. I'm talking about after you
No, no,
21 and you can make decisions for yourself, not
no, no, no,
16
no. But
and
no, I understand that. But
okay.
what I'm saying is that I feel like that's something that even maybe I don't know how young women hear that in terms of, hey, maybe you should date older, or when that sets in for them to even feel like at a high school level that they want to date like these dudes in their 20s and they 30s and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe they're also on that path of, damn, I want something more mature. These
Yeah,
dudes all
yeah.
around high
But
school,
you,
they're not doing it for me.
but you know what, Flash? You know what, Flash? I feel like women that age aren't looking for the right guy. They aren't spending enough time to ruminate
Because
on
they're
who the
not
right guy
mature
is,
enough at that
because
Yeah,
age.
facts.
there we go. Because they're thinking, yeah, they're still, and these are the same type of guys that they're dating all the way up until they're 28, right? These
Mm-hmm.
same
Right,
guys in their
right,
late 20s and 30s, right?
right.
And these guys are probably, in all due respect, they're probably fucking the shit out of them. All right, they're
Mm.
getting good sex from these guys,
Grooming them and
but they're
whatever.
not
Yeah.
really looking for something that's going to be stable, or they're not looking for something that, okay, I want a guy who is trying to be in a, like, try to stay in a relationship at that point, and they're not really thinking on that. I feel like even when women get to the 28s and the 29s, they still aren't thinking, hey, maybe I should think about older guys because they might want to be more stable in a relationship. They're still they still have the mentality that they want to fuck with the guys that they're most attracted to at that age. And I feel like you said with Kevin Samuel, as you get older, like you say, they drop the rate drops or whatever, right? The market rate drops. They get older and they want to they start settling for some of the guys that they may not be attracted to. But to be honest with you, the guys who they're not attracted to, the guys who they weren't attracted to in their 20s, probably were the best guys for them in their 20s. Probably were the guys who would have taken care of them. Probably were the guys who wouldn't have cheated on them. Probably the guys who would have taken care of them mentally and emotionally back then. So now that they get to this age where they're at this broken state, right? Now they want to go to this guy, right? Now they want to go because they've been ran through by all these other niggas who been fucking them over, who's been toxic as shit, and now they want to go to the guy who got his shit together. And I'm just saying, it's a little. I kind of went
And
off
she
on this
deserves
rant
that.
a
And she
little bit,
deserves that,
but
just like men deserve that
it's what
too.
it is. It's what it is,
I think as you get older as well, Shake, what happens is the things that you valued before, you don't value. Like
True.
I used to like the hot guy and the popular guy and the nice car and dress well. But now I want to know, like, where are you in your career?
Like, do
I'm
you
at
have a
where
401k?
yeah, like what do you got ready
Right.
for retirement? Like what is your mindset? You know what I mean? Like do we share the same values and morals, and those are the things that matter now.
I agree. For me, like before, it's about oh, the nigga got swagger. He's just an fuck swagger at this point. And honestly, it honestly is not about looks either at this point for me. It's about who can be there for me, who as a team, how can we build together, how you treat me. Yes, when you're young, of course, you want to be with the flyest nigga out because that's just what it is. That's the talk. Oh, he a fly nigga. He could dress. He could do this. He could do that. But then he may not have a pot to piss in. But we didn't care about that at that point because he was flying. He looked good. That's why I wanted to be with you, right? But as you get older, no, I need you to have a pot to piss in. I need you to know how to work your finances. I need to know how you are as a person or a person or as a potential father to my child. All of those things I need to know now. Back then, I wasn't thinking about that. Back then, I'm thinking about what you could do for me, nigga. You look good. You could dress. Yeah, that's the
You
type of
making
time we on.
money.
You
I don't
making
care if you're
money.
selling drugs,
Yeah.
but you making money, right? You know
So
what I
right.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
I have a question then because for me, I know
Ruminate
how.
over it.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. You're not even gonna let me just do it. Like this is my space, TJ. but no, it's interesting that y'all say that though because in my mind, sometimes I know like niggas are still like very visual creatures, and we love the beauty of women. And so what I'm hearing y'all say is that even though y'all, or I'm not saying y'all is a monolith, but do you see like a trend sometimes where women are looking at the looks at men when they're younger, and as y'all get older, y'all don't give a fuck more about looks? Is that
And I want to be
that's kind
clear,
of what
right?
it is?
And I want to be clear. I'm not saying that he has to look crazy because let's be real, nobody's gonna date with somebody that's completely hideous. But it does not. But at that point, because remember, your level of surface has changed, right? Because when we're younger, you're just focused on certain. I'm being honest. Certain times you're focused on looks. As you get older, looks are not that important because the reality of things is as we everybody's going to get older, our looks is going to change, we're going to get older,
Yeah.
right? So it can't always be about looks. Now I'm not saying you have to look like you have to look. I'm not going to date anybody that looks crazy, but the looks factor, I may have put looks at number one
Right.
when I was younger. Looks may be number two is what I'm saying, right?
I got you.
Right,
Got
that's
you.
what I'm saying.
Yo,
That's
just a
fair.
heads up, right? So I've been watching Love is Blind and shit, and this is really a feel
Mhm.
good kind of show. Like, especially the first 5 episodes are so feel good, right?
Mhm.
And people are finding their loves and lives and shit like that. And there was this one dude with the mullet. He kind of reminded me like he has a Superman
Trevor.
look to him. He had a Superman look to him. But I feel like Shorty shut him down because he was too fucking nice. And I think that, and I feel like when you're too nice to women and shit, like they shut you down. Like they don't want that shit in their life. They don't want you to be, okay, you're the only one for me right now. And this is how women create fuckboys, okay? This is why women create men who ain't shit. Okay?
Let him cook. Let him cook.
He getting warm. He getting warm.
When niggas is too nice,
There we go.
especially these
we
young
go.
women going into their 30s. You know what I'm saying? You trying to be nice and shit, and they look at you like, nah, nigga, I need a little toxicity in my life, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need a nigga
Not
I
all
don't even
women. The younger
no,
women
no,
would,
listen.
yes.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's very frequent in younger women, and this is why men act like this all the way till until we start to ruminate on how our lives are. You know what I mean? We stay at this like
Ding my
the guys
man.
who get caught up
Oh,
in
my
these
fault.
Ding my
I was
the
man.
guys
caught
who
in this
get
Yeah,
monologue.
that's all
the
right.
guys
Ding
who
my
get
man.
caught up in these fuckboy stages because these women show them that hey, being too nice ain't what you ain't gonna get you bitches like me. Okay, it
Uh-huh.
just ain't gonna get you chicks like me. All right, you know what I
Mhm.
mean. So you need to be a different kind of nigga. So guys tend to change their personality in order to what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking in order to adapt to
Mm.
what women expect from men, what they want from men, right?
Tell
And
it, preach.
this starts from high school. This starts from getting played in high school by this chick
Facts.
who wanted to go with the 28-year-old with the motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here reading my books and shit, and I'm
Trying to be
being
a
nice to
nerd.
you, and I
Mm-hmm.
want to take you to movies and be the nice. I want to be the
She,
nice guy, and
and
you like
what you
fuck
do, Shay?
you.
What you
I
do,
want to.
Shay?
You go fuck with the nigga with the
Right.
motorcycle who
Cause
got
she
three
don't
girlfriends she know about.
cause she don't
Okay,
fuck with niggas who read books. You feel me? You reading a book. This nigga over
you
here
know
on
what
a
I'm
Harley
saying?
Davidson,
You
nigga. A
and then
Harley
you
Davidson, nigga.
and then you
Doing cool
wonder why
shit.
I turned into this
Busting
guy.
wheelies and shit in the
Busting
parking lot at
willies.
school and shit. Yeah.
Facts, popping willies, bro.
Yeah.
That's the nigga she fucking with.
She
Tell me
want
I'm wrong.
she want to wait
Somebody
till
tell me I'm
she want to
wrong.
wait till she 30 till she ask a nigga how much books did you read.
I think it's important. I think it's important to keep in mind that women probably don't ruminate on it as much when they're younger, right? When they get
Yeah.
older, for sure, you know what I mean, because the situations change. But based on this conversation that we have, and it's making me think more about. Well, I feel more confident that as time changes, your standards change,
Hmm.
right?
Mm,
Because if your standards aren't changing and you just stuck the same way, then there's something wrong with you, right? You should be figuring out what works or what needs to work for you to achieve what type of goal you want, right? So what comes to mind for me in the second part is this dating place, this dating marketplace, right? You got to make sure that your value is here so that you get the partner that you're looking for. But if you coming on with all this baggage and shit, you got to understand that your value ain't as high as other people that you compete with who don't got that baggage. And you got to be realistic about that and understand that your standards now have to adjust. I now have to adjust how I'm approaching these relationships because
mm.
it just makes sense to do that, you know. But I had to ruminate on that
Nah.
for a minute because that was a good a subject.
Okay.
Cool down.
Cool
Cool
down
down.
moment.
Cool
You know
down.
what? No,
Cool down.
I don't even want the credit,
Cool
but for
down.
real, I
No, but
think
he
I
just
Cool
think
saying.
down.
that
Like
I don't even want the credit. I think that the subject that we're talking about, as far as standards adjusting based on how young or old you are,
Right.
that is something that's really thought provoking.
And be
yeah.
right. And because we're talking about like dating and elevating, so I'm gonna go to TJ really quickly because I want TJ to tell us um what are some do's and don'ts on online dating? Because we're
Oh
touching,
gosh.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Give us
touching,
your
yeah,
professional
because we're
advice,
touching on
TJ.
that, and then I'll go into
Cause,
another
Cause you the
topic. I
best.
want to hear
Like
about the do's
nobody
and
can beat
don'ts.
you.
But we know that we know she's a professional online dater.
Online
Okay,
dating.
this is our
Yes.
Facts.
professional
She's watched
online
endless
dater.
swindlers. She's been in apps. She's probably
Hmm.
paid for the premium. Go on. Don't-
I've never paid for it. And
Nah, she
so
ain't.
Oh,
that's another well,
damn,
I
I have.
have paid, but
Okay.
I am your dating coach. I am your online dating
Yes,
coach. Hit me
that's
up if
right.
you have any
Woo.
online dating issues. I can help you on your
Yeah.
search from my own experience.
But
Facts.
Yeah.
what's your stats? What's your stats? Like what can we say? Like how successful have you been to be able to coach somebody?
I've actually had thank you. I should have actually written,
Hmm.
created a resume for this.
She's
Yes.
But I
facts.
want to say I've had at least 6 really good relationships from online
Okay.
dating.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Sweet.
both men and women.
Mm.
Okay. And
Both
what
men
Look
apps
at
and
would you
that.
women.
use?
And I've been on multiple dating apps,
Okay.
and I've done the full gamut of the free ones to the paid ones. Like I actually paid for
Mhm.
Match.com, which was a horrible experience. I would never recommend anyone do Match.com. However, my cousin did meet her husband on
Mhm.
Match.com.
Well, let's be clear. When did
Mhm.
you use Match.com? Cause that sounds like a old
It's been
app.
around for a while. It's been
Uh,
around for a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah, it's been around for a while, and that's supposedly where the serious, more intentional singles go. Because if you're willing to pay for it, that means that you're putting intention into it. Like
But
you're really looking for a partner.
was that before like the quick, gratification Tinder situation? Was that before that Match.com?
Um, I would say so people think that Tinder is like a hookup site, but I would disagree. I don't think Tinder's a hookup site. I think it's however you prefer, however you present yourself on these dating apps is how people are going to hit you up. And I shared some pictures with you guys. Like there are women in lingerie, and obviously she's down to fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like she's showing it off. But then there are some women like myself that are really looking for actual relationships. And so and it just depends on like if a guy hits you up with a message that's sexual from the beginning, like I'm not interested. But if a guy is actually trying to connect with me and get to know me, and I could tell that he wants a relationship, we're gonna have that type of conversation. And so it's how you present yourself both visually and verbally when you're like, or when you're messaging the person.
Copy that.
Yeah, I think one of the sites that Flash forgot to mention that's more like DTF, right? Is Plenty of Fish. From what I heard,
Mo
that's
mentioned it.
more of the hookup site. Oh, Mo mentioned it. Okay, that's more
Yeah.
of a hookup
opening.
site.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that that's a hookup site either.
I think it's what you make it. Like
It's how
TJ said,
it's how
it's
you
what you
present
make it.
yourself.
It's what you make it. It's how
Because
you
people
present
think
yourself.
that Tinder is. They're like,
Facts.
oh, on Tinder, you on Tinder? That's like the low budget one. And so a lot of people are moving to Hinge, and I don't think Hinge is any better. But because I've
Yeah,
seen the
do's and
same
don'ts.
profiles all throughout. Like I've seen your profile on Match, I've seen your profile on Tinder, and I've seen it on Hinge.
The
All the
same
different
nigga?
profiles. The same profiles, but on different
TJ,
platforms.
no
Okay.
matter what platform you go to, there's always going to be pee in the dating pool, and you got to wade
Facts.
through that. Like you just have to.
Well,
So
that's a
that's why
fact.
you're
Yeah.
here to guide these people and say, hey,
Filter through
this is
it,
what you
sift
need to be
through.
looking for. Help them through it. Help them through it, TJ. That's
Yeah.
what you're here
So I'm
for,
gonna tell
Go
girl.
you.
ahead.
So one of the things, if you're taking a picture of yourself and you're posting a picture of yourself, it should not be blurry. Okay. So do take a very nice picture of yourself. I will
That's
also,
number one.
that's number one. So good pictures of yourself. Where you take the picture does matter. Location matters. As a female, this is only for the female perspective, and Mo, tell me if I'm right or wrong. If I see a man taking a picture in his bedroom, like topless, I'm not really into that because it's giving off too much. It's
It's
like he
From the
or
mom's
showing
What if he's at the
bedroom?
really,
gym?
really
What if he's
low.
at the gym?
That so that's what I'm saying. If you're at the gym, that's
mm-hmm.
different. If you're at the beach, that's different. But
Mm.
if you're in the house and you're like in the bathroom doing like a selfie showing like that little cut that they got, oof,
The
that's
V.
a
Mm-hmm.
The
sexy
V.
cut.
The
That
V cut. I
that
mean, I love
V.
the V cut.
Yeah,
They love
that
the
V
V.
cut is sexy. So,
Yeah.
if you're doing all of that, I know that you're trying to fish for women and you're trying to fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, show
Mm-hmm.
me a beach picture to me. Like, but I know
Yeah.
that men are different. Men want to see body,
Well,
Yep.
TJ, I
So
was
if
I
you're a
was thinking the
female,
same. I was thinking
go
the
ahead.
same thing in terms of like
Mm-hmm.
when you said lingerie, I was like, well, what if she just like showing off her body, but it's not appropriate. But if you had a bathing suit, you could do the same thing and it'd be more appropriate.
Correct,
Right. That's
correct.
what I was thinking about when you said that.
And that's how you do it. What TJ saying, I agree.
Mhm.
It's a way, right? Because we're not stupid. Everybody know you want to see the body, but I'll put up a bathing suit picture because at the end of the day, it's appropriate for me to be in a bathing suit. I'm on the beach. I'm at a pool. A lingerie now, it's sending vibes like, oh, she in a lingerie. She with it.
She trying
Yeah,
to,
she's
it's
trying to, yeah.
intentionally, it's
Yeah,
intentional trying to be
intentional. It's more
sexy. Right.
right. It's intentional. Whereas if I'm in a bathing suit and you see my body, you're first, oh,
It's
all right,
less
she in a bathing
intentional.
suit. It's less, yeah, it
So,
lessens that.
so
So go
but
ahead, TJ.
TJ,
I'll go
so
back to
so
the
so that
picture.
chick is on demon time? Is that what you saying? The one in the lingerie?
In the
Be
You don't
honest
even
lingerie,
with
have
me.
to
she ready.
ruminate. You don't even
She
have to
ready.
ruminate. You know she
Facts.
already on
Bring that
demon
Right.
man.
time. You
Bring that
already
man.
know.
Exactly.
All right, we in TJ session though, nigga. Just chill out.
I'm here though, nigga. I'm here. I'm here. Worry about
So for
DJ
the
session.
men and
I'm
for the women as well, we want a full body picture. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Okay.
taking
Let him
that
know.
picture is important. It's just
Number 3,
the
Flash.
background. It's the
Right.
background, right? Make it make sense. Another tip:
Here we
do
go.
not take group pictures. Okay.
Ooh, I
The
hate
reason
That's a
those.
why
fact.
is
That's a
you
fact.
always
That's a
want to be the
fact.
focus.
That's a fact.
Okay. You always want to be the focus. If
Fact.
you, and I'm a bad bitch, right? But a
Mhm.
lot of my friends are baddies too, right? And you have to remember that you are competing with your friends for someone looking at you for the first time. And this is for men too. I hate with a passion to see a whole bunch of fine ass niggas and you the ugliest one out of them. That shit hurts my whole heart. It
And the
Mm-hmm.
whole
thing,
because I have to go back to the picture prior and be like, which one? that's really not him. Damn, he's
Yo,
the
TJ,
ugliest one out of all
T-
his friends.
yo,
And I
TJ,
go ahead.
can I tell you? I've had moments where I've liked women's pictures because I'm thinking like, how do I get to the friend? I like she's the only
I'm
plug I
telling
have.
you. I'm
Yeah.
telling
Like,
you.
dead ass.
I'm telling you.
You fucked up, Flash. You
How do I get
But it's true
It
though.
be
You
like
do, you
that.
don't
dead
you should not post a
ass?
new picture. I agree.
we should
Dead
be friends. We
ass.
should be friends.
We should
And
be
I want to
friends.
say, one of you guys were really transparent about that in a episode we did a while back. Like if you go to a
Uh-huh.
party and you like a friend, like have you ever swapped and fuck with a friend? Remember that
Mm.
episode we did? That was a long
Hmm.
time
That
ago.
was a long time ago.
That's a very long time.
Nice.
Tribe, you can
Okay.
listen to all of our episodes anywhere you hear podcasts.
Yes.
We're
20,
on
20, 20.
all
Hey,
2020.
quick, Flash,
2020.
quick,
platforms.
Flash, 20, 20, 25. Come
Um,
on,
Yeah.
stay on.
I didn't
yes,
know she was doing
Tribe.
it. She
Thank
just
you for listening
extra.
to this episode of Sophisticatedly Ratchet. You can listen to us everywhere you hear podcasts. We're on all the platforms. Then hop over to our social media and follow us on IG. We're at So Ratchet Podcast. On TikTok, we're at So Ratchet Podcast. On Twitter, we're So Ratchet Pod. And here on YouTube, where you can see our beautiful and handsome faces, we're at Sophisticatedly. Oh, sorry, So Ratchet Space Podcast on YouTube. All right,
Let's
complete.
get it
Hit the like
Facts.
button right now. Hit the follow button right,
Right
now.
now.
And share us with a friend.
right now.
And subscribe.
All right.
Tribe, we have merch. Make sure to check out the SoRatchetShop.com so you can get your merch today. We have hoodies, we have t-shirts, and we're going to be adding new items soon. So check us out today and cop yours. And last but not least, don't be thirsty.
Woo.
Okay? Do not be thirsty. And this is women and men. Women, we know who we gonna fuck just from swiping. Okay. You know who you want to link up with, who you trying to connect with. But if you come off a little too thirsty, men, we're not interested. And I think vice versa for men too. You're setting it up wrong. If you're looking for a relationship and you're leading with sexual things to bait him in, it's not going to work. He's going to take you for your box, and that's
Yep.
going to be it. So try to develop a real relationship from the beginning.
Tell me what being thirsty mean, TJ. What does mean being thirsty as a woman to a man? What does a man being thirsty look like?
A man being thirsty is initially just starting about talking about sex.
And when you're trying to be sneak thirsty, it's like, oh yeah, come to my house so I could cook dinner, sir. You ready? Right then and there, you're
For the
ready
first date. For the
for the
first
first date.
date.
You're ready. You're ready. It's a wrap for me. When you're trying to get me to your house,
You
talking about
know
come
what?
over, and I haven't.
But what
No.
if I'm a chef?
Right. You close-minded women.
Second date.
Then let our first date be out, and then the second date, if you want, that's different. But for your first date, and you already trying to get me to your house and talking about cooking, no, right then and there, I'm like, nah, sir.
This is my
You're
craft.
thirsty.
It's my
What
love
do you
language.
mean?
It's my love language.
TJ will go.
You have a
TJ
better
will go.
chance taking me home if we have a fucking fly ass date. We get edibles, we're lit, we're hopping from this pot to this pot, and then you're like, yo, you want to come back to my house and let's just kick it? Yo, I have this dope record collection. I'm in your house. You show me your artwork. You show me your collection. We playing music. We vibing, and before you know it, we like up on the couch. You might get some bomb ass pussy that day. Like I'm
Okay.
down for it if we have a connection and it's flowing. It's about connection.
What's too thirsty as far as like engagement? Like just trying to get to know you. Because I think in terms of how was your day? Is that too thirsty for a dude to hit you and be like, "How
No,
was your day?" Is
that's
that too
not thirsty
thirsty?
at all. Just
Right?
having conversation with me. I'm talking about sexual thirst. Like I
Got
want to
you.
fuck you, you want to fuck me, but if you lead with that, it's just it's off-putting for a lot of women. And I
Right.
know you men want to talk about sex from the beginning, and that's totally fine. I don't mind it, but when it's
Yeah.
off-putting and it doesn't flow in the conversation, and Shake even made sure he said that. He said as long as you do it in a slick way, she don't
Correct.
even
I
know
agree.
she's talking about sex. He said
Right.
that in the last episode, and
And I
I
agree.
agree with that.
The conversation at one point, and I'm not going to sit here and play around. It is going to lead to that, but it's gradually going to lead to that. Like, okay, so once you guys have built that rapport, when you're like, I kind of like him, I like her. Eventually, and it's going to eventually lead to that. Okay, so what are your do's and don't like? If you then you got to start. Okay, well, I like this. I don't like that. Or I like when he played. It's going to lead to that, but it's a gradual lead. But when you jumping in with from the beginning, it's kind of like, yeah, I'm out of here. Like it's a no for me.
I'm gonna just say one thing, and I respect what y'all saying, TJ, as far like how maybe you want to showcase your profile, But niggas like me who been on the app and find it hard is when a woman will, have these thirst trapping pictures. She know that she took the picture with the
Yeah,
jeans with her booty out a certain
showing you
way.
from the
She knows she
back.
had the
Yeah.
yeah, she knows she had the
Head
bikini picture
turned.
on, and I'm still sitting here like, all right, what else does this woman do? And all of them is sexy as shit. And then I gotta find something in the background of the picture just to
To
figure
talk
out, like,
about.
oh, yeah,
She got
maybe she likes
kids.
comic books or something, or maybe, hey, what kind of grass is that? Like, it's kind of wild because
Why do you care
I
about the
want
background now?
Gotta
no,
find something to
because
talk
no, what I'm
about other
saying is
than
that some of the
sex.
pictures only will portray the women in the sexual way. So sometimes you have to understand that sometimes we're
Um,
on go mode as far as how also we're gonna approach certain women because guess what? And I'm a flirtatious type of nigga sometimes. And even though I may not say directly that I want to put my dick in your mouth, I'm gonna insinuate to that in some way or some form, even if we're talking about food. You might be like, oh, you a chef? I'll be like, yeah, I could put a lot of food in your mouth, whatever. But
Yo,
and
see,
that's just
see,
me.
guys, that's creepy though, Flash.
I
See,
don't give a
that's not
fuck.
the way you start talking about sex, all right? See, for me, I would start talking about sex a very easy way. I would say I would even let her know I'm talking about sex. I would
Yeah.
say, I would say something along the lines of, like I just want to know with your last sexual partners, if you end up having sex with someone and it was bad, how vocal were you about it with them? Like, did you tell them like what they did wrong,
You know the
stuff like
story.
that? And that way, it doesn't seem like I'm doing too much with sex, but it also helps me. It makes her feel like I'm just trying to understand who she is right now, right? Are you the person who lets somebody know when they're not satisfying you, or are you the person who's very vocal and lets them know, hey, this is what you could do different? Because I think that's important, right? And you see how I'm talking about it? It doesn't sound sexual when I'm talking about it.
Right.
It sounds like I'm trying to get more information
It's
from
gonna
you.
make her
And
ruminate
then
on
you
that
continue.
question.
yeah,
It is
You know
gonna
what
make
I'm
I
her
like
saying?
that,
ruminate
but
on
Not
that
not
like
the
I
question.
first
know, I
date.
know,
Hmm.
I know what could go in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
No, but this is the thing. See, you want a dry bitch. I need a chick with a sense of humor.
It's gonna allow her to ruminate
That's
on the
me.
question because she's not gonna think about is he talking about sex? And now you're just in a free flowing conversation at this point. So now,
Exactly, right?
yeah.
Nigga,
Don't worry,
my
Mash.
shit work too though,
I
nigga.
remember.
I'm just saying my joint work too because he over here like it's one
Hmm.
Man,
way to do
Keeping
it.
tabs on the points.
I
Hmm.
know I
You know,
don't
No,
I'm
he
I
not.
don't
keeping
know what
track
I'm.
on
he
mine.
I'm
I
not
don't
because
know
I'm
about
hosting.
I'm
nobody
not
I
else.
either.
I
haven't.
know
I'm not
I'm keeping
either.
track of mine.
I'm not even
I
playing
know.
today.
Yeah, figure it
I
out,
kind of
dog. I
how
know.
do you
told y'all
how
the
do you
gate.
talk about sex without talking about sex?
Right.
Without sounding creepy? That's how you do it, nigga.
Exactly.
We're gonna get into a new segment, and I would like to welcome you guys to our new segment. It's called Toxic Tales from the Net. All right, it's not
Dun,
gonna be
dun,
in every episode, but make sure you listen for
dun.
it because
Oh
we're gonna start doing
Dun,
this
dun, 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 dun.
regularly. Okay, all right.
Yeah, we
So
need a sound
here
effect for
goes.
that, Flash. Work on that.
yeah.
Dun,
Wow,
dun,
wow.
So
Wow, y'all just
so
told
here
me.
goes.
dun, 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 dun.
Here goes the tale. Okay. Okay, so this is actually titled "Sex Always Seems to Be the End, and I Don't Know Why." Right.
Mm.
Oh,
So
it's a good title.
here's the story that this listener sent in. Okay.
Okay.
The last three guys I've dated had I had three to four dates with them, and then got on very well. Then after that, we had sex, and they've all seemed to tail off immediately. Right. I have no idea why, and it's so hurtful as I always feel more invested in someone when I have sex with them. Does anyone have any advice for this? Feeling a bit wounded as this has happened again and again, and I really thought this last guy was different and a nice guy, but he ended up doing the same thing, right? Like, do you have any advice for this young lady
I
right here?
do.
All
Yes,
right.
I do too.
Yeah,
Go ahead. I'll let you go
Okay.
first, Mo.
Um, sis, now I'm gonna be the one to tell you your pussy may be trash. Because it's more than one person that's doing it. So it seems like they have the same kind of discernment regarding your box. So yeah, we might have to put on the arm of the angel for this. So I'm just being
On
honest.
to
That really may be the issue. I don't know if you're just laying down when it's time to the intercourse. I don't know if you're throwing
Stir
it
it
Stop
up.
it.
back.
like a
Stir
pillow
my shit up.
princess.
Yeah,
Stir
I don't
that
know. Right.
shit
I
up.
don't know if you're throwing it back. I don't know if you're giving fellatio. But
Stir
from my
that shit
perception
up.
right now, because it's been more than one dude, and if all of them left afterwards, sis, more than likely it's your box. I'm sorry to tell you. So you have to try to find. You have to get active if you're not getting active. And I'd like to hear more about what you're doing in the bedroom because that could be the issue. That could be the issue.
So I get your perspective, Mo.
Hmm.
And I would also say that it may not be how active she is, it could be her hygiene, you just never know.
Absolutely. Yes.
Sometimes you can't
Absolutely.
smell yourself, but other people can help, smell you. So, you may want to go to the doctor, make sure everything's right, make sure you get a second opinion from someone that you trust. That could be an issue. But I also think sometimes, unfortunately, a lot of us women, when we want something so bad, we do exactly what we think the man wants, and we allow them to like get sex first. And I'm I'm all for when you feel the connection, you just go with it. And if you're gonna fuck, you know what I mean? Who cares about the time frame? But I think it's really important that you develop a connection with people, because sometimes if men only want sex, or maybe they even want a relationship, but you guys start with sex first, and it just that's all they kind of end up wanting. If you never created the opportunity to create something bigger than that, like if it's only sex, like y'all not hanging out, y'all not talking over the phone, you're not texting, then you know what it is. So that's why you have to kind of create that if that's what you want. If that's what you want. I've had, I've had friends that unfortunately were in their late 30s and never had a boyfriend, not one relationship, because all they were doing was having random sex and not expect, but they want more, but they just haven't been getting more because they usually lead with sex. They do so much for niggas. The man is sick, you're cooking him chicken soup. That's nigga is not your man. You know what I'm saying? He not gonna stick around. You giving way too much, and he hasn't deserved that part of you yet. You know, you're allowing niggas to come to your house at 3, 4 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like they only want sex. They don't want relationship. You're okay with that, So
But
no,
what if she just running into the wrong niggas? Because I'm not
It
mad
could
at
be
her for
that
wanting
too.
to
It could be
cook
that
these
it could
too.
niggas
be that,
dinners
but
and shit.
it could be
It could
that
be.
too. But she needs to be able to discern that. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Flash, I actually wanted to say the same thing. I agree with a lot of the stuff you guys were saying.
Mhm.
First thing I thought of was broken pussy. Okay, shout out to Issa. All right,
Mhm.
broken pussy. All right, that's the first thing I
Mhm.
thought of. You know what I'm saying? She probably should think about like figure out if her hygiene is okay.
Mhm.
I don't know how she's gonna get somebody who's completely objective to check her smell, but maybe it's a what do you call the pussy doctors again? What are they called again? Um, maybe a GYN could let her know. I don't know if they let you guys. I don't know if that's something they do. They do a smell test for you and shit. But if they do, let them do that for you. But I also think it could be, and TJ, I get what you're saying about giving up the pussy early, but Shorty did say she went on 3 or 4 dates with these people, and yeah, so she actually did take the time to get like to know them. But maybe it's like where she's finding these guys, like Flash said, the wrong type of guys. Maybe you need to reconsider where you're looking for men, because if you're going to bars and you're going to clubs and shit like that, and that's where you're finding your guys, maybe you need to think of somewhere different to find
mhm.
guys. Okay, no, I'm saying, no, seriously, no, because some guys are like different types of guys hang out in different types of
I
places.
agree with
You know,
that.
maybe you looking for a different kind of guy. You know what I'm
I
saying?
hear you.
And also what I was gonna say is where was I gonna go with this shit? I was gonna say one more thing. Hold on. I had one more thought. The different types of guys, specific
Can
places
I go
that
next
And what
before
about their
Mo?
um
personalities? Because it's a guy. Like,
huh?
what about the
Okay.
No,
guy?
Okay.
Like
Thanks,
their
Tom.
personal
I said
why they
personality.
ruminate on
keep
it, Shake.
leaving?
Ruminate on it.
Why
Take
they
your
get?
time.
Let me think about it. Okay, because I remember I had one more
Now
point,
she's in the
but I didn't
fight.
bring it up. All right, go ahead.
In my opinion, I feel like niggas don't like hoes, but niggas like sluts. And this is just my opinion. I feel like women should bring their best prowess to the room when it comes to how they want to please a man. And I've had incidents where it's like, yeah, I run into this woman and her sex game is just honestly trash for me. I'm gonna just be honest. It doesn't live up to what I expected it to be, especially if I'm hearing you maybe talk a certain way or whatever the case is, and when it don't hit, it just don't hit. So I say this, like be as educated as you can with sex, even if that means, and they do this shit now where you can go to a dick sucking class. Like y'all women can go to a dick sucking class and go put a fucking pickle in your mouth and make sure like your technique and all that shit is great. They got the
Can
ones
I
where you
say
can sit on.
something?
Wait, but let me finish my rant, TJ.
Okay, sorry.
All right, they got the you could sit down. They got the riding classes. They teach you how to ride and all this other shit. And I think this goes two ways too. Like niggas need to figure out like how to please your partner and whatnot, because sometimes
How to
you just want to,
last. Hmm.
right, you want to make sure you're covered in all the areas. So I'm glad y'all talked about like personal hygiene, this and third, but I'm also saying like nigga, there's a skill set that sometimes you want to make sure you have. And if this is your first time having sex with these dudes, like at least know it shouldn't be the sex to blame either though. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to go through your bad bouts with niggas and fucking to figure out where your power is and shit. That's all I'm saying.
I have my question to you is, how freaky can we get on that first night? Because I
So
can't do
so
everything, because then you're gonna judge me.
so this
You're
is so
gonna
you're
judge me.
right. So look,
So
the wrong
how
no no
what's
no no
how how
TJ TJ
what's the
the
most
wrong
that
nigga.
a woman should do on that first time to impress you sexually? Because I want to know, like, it depends on how I suck your dick. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want you thinking I'm sucking everybody's dick like this. Because I usually am, and trying to improve every time I do it, which makes sense. But you don't want to know that. You know what I'm saying? For a guy to know that, oh my God, she's so good, you don't want to know that I've been sucking dicks. Like that's how I get so good. Yeah, I like to do it. So I know that I'm doing it right. This is practice. But you don't want to know that as the guy.
You think the
So
nigga don't know that for a chick who suck good dick? You think he don't already know that she
But
would have
I
got
know, but
trained for
what should
years? Like he
so give
he
me
don't know that?
so let me know how much of a freak should I be on that first one to make you know that I'm ready.
I'm gonna tell you in
I'm
the
here
words of
for it.
Bruce Lee, okay? I don't fear the man that knows 1,000 different kicks. I fear the man that has practiced one kick 1,000 times. All right. So that means
Mm.
that when you
Oh.
when you get that dick to suck, you learn how to suck that dick. You learn. You teach yourself. You go to training.
I hate this
You got a dick to
Okay.
practice
Nah,
with.
that's a
But that's
So,
bar.
not
so
my question.
no,
That
but
was
no,
the
but you,
bar.
but no, but
That was a
you
bar.
said how to not, be a hoe, but have the training. I'm saying go in on the dick you got. Suck that dick.
Okay.
Suck
Give
that
it
dick. Fuck that
100%.
dick.
Give
Like,
it a
come on,
hundred
get
percent
like I
every
So
shouldn't
give
have
time.
to like.
100% for the first
Every
time.
Let
time.
me tell you
Every
something,
time.
TJ.
Every
I
time.
want to ruminate about your sex. I'm in the game.
Every
I want to
time.
ruminate about your sex. Okay, this is,
Hmm.
and that's how you
Okay.
do it. Like,
That's
Every
how I feel
time.
for a guy. I want him to give
no,
me 100% too.
but TJ,
Right.
I also want to say this. Sometimes it ain't even on you because niggas is just also
Hmm.
at a certain place in their life where they know the woman who's either being the freakiest is going
Mm-hmm.
to win for him. And
Win. She's
sometimes
gonna
when
win.
it's yeah, and sometimes when you're younger, you're getting more of that variety, especially if you're not on a level where I'm trying to be serious, because I'm realizing like, yo, Brenda do this with her tongue, but Felicia, she do this with her pussy. And Amanda, no, let me say a different name.
Yeah.
Felicia, she do this with her
Yeah.
butthole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Angelica
Woo!
tongue do something, and it's different shit, my
Oh
nigga.
God.
Like, and so y'all gotta
Yeah.
understand like the ways that we go through, but it's really up on us though, because when we get to a certain stage where we also understand we're not gonna judge women on a certain amount of things, even if it is how slutty we can have them in a bed.
I
We're still gonna be
agree.
like, yo, I fucks with you, because guess what? You a full package that or you're a more fuller package that I need right now. And and
Mhm.
and because of that, it's like I also get to know like I also ain't that perfect either. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I can
Mhm.
accept you for what you giving me. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay. You know
that's how I
what
feel.
I'm noticing right now is that there's a huge difference between the male and the female. And I'm learning that you want us to give you everything, but I think society has taught me as a woman that I cannot give you everything because you're not going to respect me. I cannot
Mhm.
give you everything because you are going to judge me. And I don't want to be like considered this hoe that just did all this shit the first fucking night. And I think that's what society has ingrained in my head. And I get to remove that so I can experience that experience with you because I wanna give 100% and I want 100% for me too, for the experience.
Like I may have done everything, but I may not have sucked your dick. You get what I'm saying? Because because part of me feels like, okay, maybe I like that gotta wait until we go further again into something else. Or if I do
Mhm.
everything
Not on the first night.
right in my mind, if it's telling me if I do everything, why is he gonna want to do it again if I just gave
That's
him
kid
everything right
shit.
then and there? So it is. That's what I'm saying. So
That's not a mature
I'm just
nigga.
telling you that's how I would feel too. Like I would feel like, damn, I can't give him everything, but let me give him just enough. Let me give him enough that he'll want to experience more. Like, all right, shit, let me see what else she got. Like I would probably leave it like that, but I don't want to give you everything. But hearing you guys saying, nah, give me everything. You get what I'm
So
saying? So
so
I don't
here
know. It's difficult.
so
Every
here's
time.
I
every
Mhm.
mean,
time.
there's
Every
levels.
time.
No, there's levels.
I
Don't
think
listen
it's
to me.
levels.
Don't listen to
No,
me
I
all the
don't think
way.
so.
No,
Yeah,
there's
because you
levels.
want him to ruminate over it.
You're
That
right.
Yes.
last time.
Okay.
Yes.
Fact.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
yeah,
ready to
right.
play.
But
Yeah.
peep this. At least, and I'm gonna give game to the ladies. At least
Mhm.
try to act like you know it don't come this easy. Even if it's like, let me just see you think
How?
about it.
How?
Like, no, look, I'm telling you, just look like you thinking about
I
it.
mean, look at
Like,
Shorty. Shorty went on 4 dates with the guys before she gave up the box.
right.
Say that wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? It
But
wasn't.
no, but what I'm saying is this: if I'm fucking you and you, if I'm fucking you, let's say the first time, and you don't ask me to come on your face, but I tell you I want to come on your face, at least like
Mhm.
act like you thinking about it. Don't just be like, oh, I love that. Yeah, give me that shit right now, nigga. I love it. Like I feel like there's a level of I'm talking about the
Oof.
first time. The first time if we
Yeah.
getting into this real quick,
I
real
shouldn't
fast,
swallow
Mhm.
your cum the first time and act like I loved it.
I'm not
I
gonna be
should
mad
just
at
be
you.
like, put it in my mouth and spit it out and act like I was so
No.
disgusted.
No. I
I'm not
would
gonna be
like it
mad.
like if he's saying if he's
Give
saying,
it your
yo,
all,
I want to come.
TJ.
No,
Give
if he's saying I want to come in your face, I think what Flash is saying. If he's saying
Yeah,
like I want to
what are
come
we
in your
talking
face,
about here?
no,
Give
I
it
think
your
what Flash,
all.
if he's saying like come in my face, you can't be like, yeah, come in my face. You gotta be like, I don't know. All
Okay.
right,
Like
all right.
make it
Come in.
sound
Yeah,
cute.
like
No.
yeah.
I'm a lady. I'm a lady.
Yeah,
Okay.
give me something.
You gotta be
Y'all
like,
is
wait,
bugging.
let me think about. I don't know. Man,
Because,
it's
because,
too
Yeah.
soon
because
for
guess
that.
what?
And then
Guess
it
what?
is level.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this to Mash. I'm gonna say this to Mash.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say if he was dealing with a chick and the bitch starts sucking the dick, doing shit crazy, and she talking about, yeah, I love eating dick all the time. You know what I'm saying? He probably gonna
Mash
look at her
never
like,
done that.
like
What time is it now? What time is it now?
Yo, right
Exactly.
quick, right quick.
Go ahead.
So right quick. I thought about the last thing, right? So the last thing I wanted to add
Mm-hmm.
was the fact that women aren't asking the right questions on these first 3 to 4 dates, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not asking a guy, what are you actually looking for? I don't feel like or if you are asking those questions, I feel like you aren't really you're not really understanding what his answer is. So my suggestion to you is I need you to find your closest fuckboy friend, okay? And I need you to tell him, hey, this is what I asked him, and this is what his answer was. And if his answers to certain questions are like, what do you think about long term relationships? And I'm just trying to see where everything goes. Give that to your fuck boyfriend and ask him, would you say that if you was actually looking
Right.
for a serious relationship? And those motherfuckers will let you know, nah, not me, nigga. If I say that, just know I'm just there to fuck. So find the fuck boyfriend, okay? and and talk to him about it and find out what the right questions to ask is to find out if this person is a fuckboy
If they
or
really
if this
into you.
person is actually down and they want
Mm-hmm.
to go further than 3 or 4 days. They want to
mm,
go further than just smashing. All right? You
Mm-hmm.
got to understand the answers and sometimes women just don't. But Mash, go ahead. My fault, bro. Go
It's
ahead.
all good. It's all good. I just want to give my feedback on the tales from the internet. Um,
Mm-hmm.
That was his feedback. Mm-hmm.
no, I want to get my feedback.
Your
I didn't get the
feedback.
Yeah,
feedback
Okay,
from
go
my.
yeah,
ahead.
Mash. Yeah.
I spent this whole time ruminating on everybody's comments, and what if she's just boring? And maybe her sex is trash, but there are women whose sex is trash and they still get niggas. You know what I mean? Maybe she's just boring. Maybe she needs to do some personal development work within herself. I think I think that's one thing we overlooking because sex is not the best all the time with everybody, but there are other things about people that carry over and make you want to stay with somebody. You know
The
what I
only
mean?
reason why
But
I didn't think she was born mash, not to I'm just putting it back to your question because because he said they went out 3 to 4 times. So she was born. I don't see him going out more than 3 to 4 times that she was born. But go ahead.
I
Yeah.
mm.
watched the video and it shed so much light on me. I thought about it when we were talking just now. A girl was pressing her man. It was like, yo, how do you know you love me? And he was like, yo, I don't want to tell you. She was like, nah, for real, I want to know how you know you love me. She was like, nah, I don't want to get into it. He says, tell me why you love me. He says, because your pussy's trash. That's how I know I love you, because your pussy's trash. Niggas stay. Like, niggas stay. Because there are maybe tons of other things about her that may be amazing, you know? So in that instance, for that story, I think it might be deeper than just sex. It might be something about her.
Bro, I'm not afraid to tell a chick that either, yo. If their pussy is trash, but I stay around because I like their personality, I'm one of those people who's not afraid to say that. You know what I'm saying?
That supports
Like,
encouragement. That supports, you know
shit.
what?
Wow.
He likes me and I got a goal to achieve. That's why you should do that. I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm glad you did
Exactly.
Wow.
Adults can talk like that.
So that was our what, toxic tail from the net. That's what we're calling it now, right? Toxic tail from the net. Toxic tail
That's
from the
funny.
net. Oh my gosh. Ooh, child.
Wow.
That was a lot. But we each gave our perspective on it, and so we wish you luck, girl.
Thanks. We're gonna go into our moment of Zen.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to our moment.
Yeah. So we're gonna jump into, as you guys may notice, we're doing our no bad days now towards the end of the segment. This is gonna close us out. This is gonna close us out of our show.
Okay,
We're
you
gonna go
ready?
into we're gonna go into no bad days.
Thanks.
It's gonna be a great ass day because I said it was gonna be a great ass day. I won't accept nothing else. Nothing bad will enter my day. Say that shit like you mean it. Howl it. No bad days.
No,
Yes,
no.
not ever. So I'm gonna do the no bad days today, and I'm doing something different. So guys, I want you guys to all close your eyes. Okay.
Make
And
a wish?
no, close your eyes. We're gonna do a mindful
Silence.
minute.
Those on her shit.
Yeah, we're gonna do a mindful minute. All right. So the purpose of the mindful minute is to help everyone pause, shift momentarily, doing mode into being mode, and help you guys to tune into and fully inhabit your body. Okay. So let's start. Take a full deep breath in and a long, slow exhale out. Another nice deep breath in and a long exhale out. Okay, you should feel your body releasing. And one last deep breath in and exhale it out. Continue to have your eyes closed, allowing your body to fully arrive in this moment into your breath. Now, letting go of any control of the breath and simply allowing yourself to be here. Letting be all the effort it has taken to bring you here now. Let go of all your thoughts, pressures of what is yet to come, and giving yourself the gift of in this moment, this time together. As you are already taking a moment, notice you're asking yourself in this moment, how am I now? How am I holding on to my day so far in my body? Giving yourself 2 words here. Let's let go of any tension or excitement, anxiety, numbness, readiness, whatever you may simply feel or notice. Now taking a further deep breath in and deep breath out. Release and open your eyes. That is our mindful moment.
No bad
Nice.
Bad days.
Good job, bro. That was good.
All right.
I was in there. I was in the zone.
It
I was in the
is.
zone. But lucky I wasn't
You
driving.
did well.
Who's
Thank
taking us
you.
out?
Thank
Who's
you.
taking us
Thank
out?
you. Thank you.
Was that a
Nah,
full
fuck that.
minute?
Announce the winner of the word
Huh?
of the week
Was
first.
that
Then
about
somebody take us
It was
out.
about a mindful minute. Mm-hmm.
Who's
Let's talk about the word of the week. I want to say, if I'm correct, I
Mash.
believe Mash
Just
had
give it
4.
to him. Give it to
I
him.
believe
Mash
Mash
did have
had
4.
You don't
Yeah,
have to
so
Okay,
ruminate.
wow.
You don't even have to
He won.
ruminate on
He
that.
won.
Take some
He
time to
won.
ruminate. Take that.
Yeah.
Give it to him.
Yo, I'm Poco Corrente.
Yeah, what I'm
I'm Poco
saying,
Corrente.
Yes.
babies. What I
Okay.
do.
But I want to say all of us used the word of the week, so we are doing better. Each one of us used it in this episode, so we're getting better at
But
this,
not
guys.
enough.
I love it,
But
but
not
not enough.
enough.
But not
Not
enough. I
enough.
love the
Y'all
word. I
do
did like the
better.
word.
Do better next week. Do better
So we
next
want to
week.
say
Shut up, Mash.
whatever. Thank you for listening to another episode of Sophisticatedly Ratchet.
Facts.
You guys know we go live on YouTube at So Ratchet Space Podcast every first Wednesday. We go live of each month. You can find us on Spotify,
Tell him.
Apple Music, wherever you hear podcast from. We are on IG, Facebook, Twitter X, TikTok, wherever social media net, we are on there. So we just want to say thank you guys. We appreciate you listening to us. And make sure you come back and tune in to another episode of Sophisticatedly Ratchet. Hey,
Let's get
let's
it.
get it.
All right.
All right.
All right, everybody.
All right, tribe. See y'all.
Yeah.
Peace,
Night.
peace, peace, peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.